we're not gonna act like colorism isn't a thing in TV. First of all, the whole light skin, dark skin best friend situation, that was real. Okay, Pam and Gina. Niggas love Gina. Ooh, Gina bad. She bad. Gina was cute, but Pam was bad. Bro, first of all, body was crazy. Okay. Sassy. Okay. Clapback was crazy. Clapback was too real. Pam would cut you with her tongue. That's how sharp Shawty was. Penny Proud. Dejanay. Y'all ain't, yeah, it's a cartoon, but it's still the same situation. Lisa Bonet was the baddest girl on TV. Oh my god, Lisa Bonet. Grownish has a lack of darker skinned people in that show. We're not gonna act like colorism isn't an issue in the TV world as well. Like niggas was dead ass not about to kill themselves over Lisa Bonet. Like, girl, you're a star. Come on and dance, baby. Hey y'all, so welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, I am the one, the only, the original flygyalash. Yeah, like there's nobody else like me on the internet. I need you to know that before you hit that subscribe button. If you are not new, you are a loyal and genuine and sincere subscriber who has embarked on this new YouTube journey with me. Welcome back. I love you, sis. Bring it in. Hugs. Alright? Alright. So let's get into it. And this is going to be a part of my series called Speak Sis, right? So I already have a video under this series. It is about HBCUs versus PWIs. And so if you want to check that out, I'll post that right here. Okay. And you can see, you know, my thoughts, my opinions on the whole thing. It's very, very interesting. I'm very passionate. I might hurt a couple people's feelings, but you know, we're here to talk about something. We're here to talk about stuff that means something, that matters. And sometimes what we have to say don't always, you know, feel good. You know, it's kind of when your mom give you medicine. It don't taste good, but it's good for you. And so that is what I'm here to do. And so that's that. So today, though, I'm here to talk about colorism. Good old colorism. Yes, honey, we are here to talk about colorism. So sit back, because it's going to get real, because we're going to really get into it, and we're going to talk about mostly my opinions on it. I don't want to get too scholarly on this video, because you know, I'm a firm believer that everybody, no matter your education background, where you come from, if you're from the hood, if you're from the suburbs, it doesn't matter. You should be able to have these conversations and not feel like you don't understand, you know, you don't have maybe all the language to talk about it, and that's okay. We're not here to be technical. We're just here to discuss something that's really, really a big issue. Alright, so for those who don't know what colorism is, we are going to give you the actual, definition of what it is. So, you know, I Googled it. I can easily explain it to y'all, but, you know, I'm just going to Google it because, you know, folks like definition and don't believe what motherfuckers be saying. So we're just going to pull up the Wikipedia version, because I don't think Webster or any other... Oh no, the Oxford Dictionary has a definition, so we're going to go to the Oxford Dictionary. According to the Oxford Dictionary, we're gonna go to Oxford, and then we're gonna use Wikipedia. We're gonna use multiple sources, okay? We're gonna try to balance it out. According to the Oxford Dictionary, colorism is a prejudice or discrimination against individuals with a dark skin tone, so they got real specific. Typically among people of the same ethnic or racial group. That's a great definition. And the example sentence they gave was, colorism within the black community has been a serious emotional and psychological battle. Well, that's interesting, because we're going to talk about that today. So, that was Oxford. Now, the Wikipedia definition, because Wikipedia is a reliable source for me. I don't know what your college professors believe, but for me, Wikipedia is a very reliable source. So, but colorism is a discrimination based on skin color, or called shadeism, is a form of prejudice or discrimination in which people are treated differently based on the social meanings attached to skin color. So they got real deep. Colorism, a term coined by Alice Walker, shout out to the good sis Alice Walker, in 1982, is not a synonym for racism. Colorism is the dependence of social status on skin color alone. Furthermore, research has found extensive evidence of discrimination based on skin color in criminal justice, business, labor markets, housing, healthcare, media, and politics in the United States and Europe. Lighter skin tones are seen as preferable in many countries in Africa and Asia. So today we're not just talking about in America, it's in Africa and Asia too, sis. Many studies report lower private sector earnings for racial minorities, although it is often difficult to determine the extent which this is a result of racial discrimination. Alright, so and all of these things can be easily found in like journal research, but y'all can easily look this up. Like, this is not a farce, this is not a conspiracy, this is not something we put out our asses. Colorism is real, period. It's real. So yeah, as you can see, I'm a darker skinned black woman. So let's say I went to private school my whole life until high school. Now my entire life, I can say that I didn't have a friend my complexion until high school. And I don't know if I can really say that because she wasn't even my real friend. And we're going to get into that, how like there's this thing where like, I know in high school, like darker skinned girls like wouldn't befriend each other because it was this thing like darker skinned girls would just fight all the time and always have an attitude, and they would be the like bitches, and like, you know, like it was just, you wanted to have a light skinned friend. That was the thing. I don't know if you can relate to that or if that happened in your school, but that's how it was in my school. So anyways, growing up in private school, I always had a light skinned friend, and not just, she wasn't just light skinned, she was light skinned, she was considered prettier, she had like the loose like 3A 2C hair, like the mixed, I guess, texture hair, whatever. And so I always associated myself with girls like that because I thought that made me more valid as a black girl. Like, I thought that if I hung out with a lot of light-skinned girls, that I would be pretty. The gag was, no matter how many times I would associate myself with light-skinned girls, like, I always would get clown. Like, I would get played, dog, like, really, like, called monkey, like, blackie, African booty scratcher. I would be called like all kinds of just really, really like hurtful things as a kid because I was darker than my friends. And of course I had my natural hair. My natural hair was not like silky smooth or super like, you know, the cute curly, the curly that everybody want, the manageable curly. And like, it was hurtful. Like, even if you look at all of my school pictures and like pictures of my friends, like you can clearly see I was an outsider. Like, I was the only dark skinned friend. Moving on to high school, it was bad. It was bad. Like, it was bad. So I still have mostly light skinned friends, but then I did get one darker skinned friend. But she, like, we always had problems. Like, there was always tension. And it was just like, I never had those experiences. And so subconsciously in my mind, I thought that based on my experiences with other dark skinned women, I thought that darker skinned women were just bitches. And that we all had an attitude. Even me, like, I even internalized that and put it on me. Like, I tried to be happier, smile, or like be cooler and stuff like that because I thought, okay, people already think that I'm a bitch because I'm dark skinned. Let me try to be the opposite. Let me do my best to prove them wrong, that I'm not like the rest of these dark skinned girls. Like, I really believe that. And it's sad because that's really what all of us believe, honestly. Even in high school, like, nobody wanted to date a dark skinned girl. Nobody wanted to fuck with a dark skinned girl, and if you did, like, you know, it wasn't out in it wasn't in the public. Like, you won't boot up with her in the hallways. Like, it's just, that was the thing. And yeah, either you wanted to be with a light skinned girl or you wanted to be with like a mixed girl, foreign girl, Hispanic girl, like something like that. Like, that's how it was at my school. I started to appreciate my skin color more like a little bit before I graduated from high school and then came to college. Because in college, it didn't matter anymore. It was just you was black and you was black. So whether you was light skin or dark skin, like, nah. I can say I did face a little bit of like skin color discrimination in college, but not as much as like when I was younger. But I started appreciating my skin color more, and then that's when you had our whole melanin movement. Everybody just started like jumping on the melanin movement bandwagon. And then when I watched the documentary Dark Girls, like I literally every time I watch a movie I cry because like I can like dead ass relate to that. Like dead ass, I can relate to those stories of not feeling pretty because I was dark skinned, or because like I felt like I wasn't as cute as my light skinned friends, and it's just really sad. And I would never want another black girl to feel like that, or my future daughter, like ever. Like I want them to love their skin color, period. I remember watching this video on Instagram of this so darker skinned black girl. She was so cute, and she was just in a circle with her other, I guess, friends at school and a teacher, and basically she was saying how like she don't feel like she was pretty, like she don't feel like she just didn't feel beautiful because of her skin. And the video is so powerful because then you have the teacher or the girl. I don't know if she's a teacher, but she just looked like the teacher. She was like, "Alright, on 1, 2, 3, go. I want y'all to start complimenting her." And they just started saying, "Oh, I love your shoes. You be looking fly, girl. I like your hair. I love your skin, blah, blah, blah." And she just started crying. And I felt that. A lot of people was like, "Oh, why is she crying?" Complimenting her. You don't know how that feels. Like your whole life you've been told like you're ugly from your own people. From your own people. You don't even feel desired by your own men because a lot of them already don't like black girls, and then on top of that, if they do date a black girl, they want a light skinned girl. You know what I'm saying? So your whole life you've been told you're ugly. So as a girl, as a little girl, as a teenager, you feel disgusting. You feel unloved. You feel like you don't fucking matter. And so when you start, you don't even know how to take compliments. You don't know how to like embrace yourself because your whole life you've been told one thing, and now you're supposed to automatically start loving yourself and your skin. And so it was probably hard for her to hear those compliments because it's like you've never heard that before, and like now you have to start believing it, and that's another challenge. So yeah, like I don't know, like it's a thing. I can say colorism has always been a thing. It's just dumb because I think it's more hurtful because we experience it in our own community. We already take so much shit from other people outside our community, and then we do this shit to ourselves based on skin color. And then we're like, oh, I wonder where this came from, which we'll talk about later, the history of colorism. But it's just fucked up. So I just want to say to any dark-skinned girl, you are beautiful. Period. I don't care who say what. I don't care what your mama say, your daddy say, your cousin say, your teacher say, your professor. I don't care what your aunt say, your grandma say. I don't care what this dumbass president say. I don't care what nobody say on your TV, on YouTube. I don't care. I don't care what the beauty industry make you feel like. I don't care what music videos make you feel like. I don't care. At the end of the day, you're going to always be beautiful, sis. You're beautiful. Your skin, your dark skin is beautiful. Okay? So if anybody's saying some shit to you, talking about your skin, you come find me. You come find me. Call me. Hit me up. DM me. Be like, yo, Ash, they talking about my skin color. They say I'm not cute. They say I'm not beautiful. They say I'm ugly because I'm dark skinned. You come hit me and I'm going to come find they ass. I'm going to come find them because we got to protect each other. No, I would not tolerate. I won't tolerate it. I'm like, damn, like, when you think about celebrities and the black women that we celebrate and that we praise, they're light-skinned women. Like, if you think about it, and it's so funny because I never really thought about it, but if you think about it, like Beyonce, I love Beyonce, but Beyonce's a light-skinned woman. Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, we have Halle Berry, Kerry Washington, like Taraji P. Henson. Those are lighter complexion black women, and they're very powerful. They're very bomb. and they have done a lot, you know, as far as like representation for black women in Hollywood, in the music industry, but there's a disparity still. Even I watched this episode of Breakfast Club with Jermaine Dupri, and even he was talking about, you know, him trying to get people to sign on with or to partner with or collab with or work with his darker skinned artists was very difficult. He was like, you know, Escape was called ugly for 10 years. Escape. And saying that the only reason people really bang with Escape was because of Tiny. And if Tiny wasn't there, then Escape probably wouldn't have been as big as they were. And Escape is like one of the biggest like black girl groups in history, and it's like that's sad. Like the fact that we would have never gotten that music if Tiny wasn't in Escape. Are you serious, dog? Like, okay. And that makes me think about other girl groups like like how they treated Notori Naughton and 3LW, bruh. They treated my sis so dirty. So dirty because she was dark skinned. There's so many like interviews and articles about that, like speaking her truth about that shit. A lot of the successful or highly acclaimed female artists out here are lighter skinned. Who think about the top female artists right now? Top black female artists: Beyonce, Rihanna, Cardi B, the wonderful and amazing Amara La Negra. Amara has shaken the damn table. Okay? She has turned colorism on its head. And not because it's like colorism is a new thing and she founded it, because she's speaking about it in a context that black people do not understand. We're talking about the Latino community, Afro-Latino community. Why? Because our textbooks do not teach us where black people come from, where black people are located on this globe. We all think that black people just live in the hood in America, and that they just live in America. And we don't think about the Caribbean, the West Indies. We don't think about black people who live in Australia, black people who live in England, black people who live in Asia, black people who live in South America. There's not one country or continent where black people do not exist. Like, it's just we exist everywhere. So black people, there's not one Latin or Hispanic country where black people do not exist. And I'm struggling like with my criticism on the Breakfast Club and their interview with Amara La Negra. I mean, it's like, okay, on one side I'm like, can we really blame them for asking the questions they ask? Because we assume, like, when we know something or we're knowledgeable about something, we assume that nobody else is ignorant. And then when they show their ignorance, we're upset. We have to understand, like, there are a lot of things that I didn't know until I went to school, until I read books on it, until I reached out to know about certain stuff. But at the same time, it's like, okay, you know, they didn't have the education. But nah, like, these are grown-ass men. Like, DJ Envy and Charlamagne the God, these are grown-ass men. And Charlamagne, I'm really surprised because he's supposed to be super woke. I love his book. But, like, I don't know. Like, he just really blew me. And then, like, basically invalidating Amara, which is really upsetting because it's kind of like, not only is it an issue, it's like you're invalidating her experience, her narrative, the things that she has gone through as far as like her identity, but then it's like, it's always in a problem with, you know, people invalidating black women experiences because we are deemed as super angry and just like irrational and bringing things out of proportion, just bitter and angry. It's like, but why are we angry? Has anybody asked us why we're angry? Like, I'm just instead of just saying, oh my god, they're so angry, they're so angry. Why are black women angry? Like, have we really asked ourselves that? No, because then if you ask yourself that and actually did the research, and then you would have to see all the shit that we've experienced. I just hate how they just invalidated her as an Afro-Latina woman and then gonna ask, you know, how she, what is it, Afro Latina. Like, I just feel like you knew you was going to interview her, so why not look up all this shit previously so you won't sound like a dumbass. Like, even if you didn't know, research instead of sounding like a dumbass. And they just was like talking over her, just making me uncomfortable, which is like a gender thing. Like, you know, they don't talk over a lot of men they interview, but they talk over a lot of the women they interview. Amara was basically, she kind of made a face to, you know, basically saying like, you know, the success of Cardi B. And we don't want to talk about it because we love Cardi B. Cardi B is our sis. Like, Cardi B is popping. Cardi B gives us life. But facts are facts. Reality is reality. Reality is, had Cardi B not looked how she looks. So when I say look, I mean her body being the way she is. Because we got to think about body discrimination and body shaming. And if she wasn't the complexion she was, do you think that she would be as successful? No, I don't think. And it's not because she's not talented. Cardi B is talented as fuck. The glow up and success that she has had from Love and Hip Hop to Grammy nominations. No. Same with Nicki. Nicki too. If her body didn't look how it looked, if she wasn't a lighter skin complexion woman, if she didn't have that fit into that mold of what they want black women to look like, no. No. You can't tell me that her being light skinned didn't give her a little bit of privilege. Like, I just don't. That's another thing. Like, people don't think light skin privilege is a thing. Just like white people don't think they have privilege. And I know that's two different things. Light skin privilege and white privilege is two completely different things. But the similarities that they have, that one, light skinned people don't know they have it. Just like white people don't be knowing they have it too. But just because you don't know you have it or don't believe you have it doesn't mean you don't. It doesn't mean that you don't benefit from certain things, right? So you can't sit here and validate Amara and other darker skinned women, whether Afro-Latina or just black or wherever you're from. You can't invalidate our feelings because you don't agree. No. We just read the definition that colorism has affected people getting jobs, the economy. It has affected people getting health care. It has affected wealth. It has affected education opportunities. We just read that. So what's the problem? Why are we not understanding it? And also, like, you people who are light skinned do have privilege doesn't mean like you're a bad person. Doesn't mean that, you know, you have a better life per se. But you definitely have certain advantages that darker skinned people do not. Period. You just do. And it's not to make a judgment about you. It's just reality. That's how society has set it up. And another thing is, colorism don't just affect darker skinned people. Same thing, racism doesn't just affect white people. Just like racism affects white people in that making white people think that they have superiority over people of color, and that they are supposed to receive things without working for them, and that they're just supposed to gain shit just because they're white, and or they're supposed to just, you know, racism makes white people think that there's something that they're not, which is better than everybody else. Racism makes white people think that, you know, they can walk through life and not do certain things. Racism allows people to be blind, white people to be blind to racism. Racism allows white people to not see color. Racism allows white people to, you know, do certain things that people of color cannot do and not even think about it because they're white. That's the part of having privilege. You don't know you have it. So when light skin privilege comes around, you can't say, oh, well, that's not how is light skin privilege a thing. Like, I ain't got no privilege because I'm light skinned. That's not true. You know, lighter skin privilege allows lighter skin people to, you know, get certain things that darker skinned people have because they're supposedly like closer to whiteness, and whiteness is the essence of all good, quote unquote, like bullshit. But whiteness in this society is considered the crux of goodness, of pureness, something that's to be desired, and lighter skinned people are closer to that. And so you know, because of that, you're able to get not the same thing as white people. You don't get the same shit as white people, but you're able to access certain spaces. You get to say certain things, do certain things, be certain things that darker skinned people cannot, and that's the reality. Like, it is what it is. You know, there's a privilege of being seen more pretty, so you have representation of beauty that is aimed towards you. So when they advertise for black women products and they advertise for, you know, towards the black community, as far as like in the media, you're typically going to see a lighter skinned person, because the media is the product of whiteness, and you're going to see lighter skinned people on TV more than darker skinned people, period. It's simple. Like, you could just go turn the TV on right now. Like, and that's why people like women like Viola Davis, you know, winning and being represented on TV is a big thing, because, you know, women her color, we're not doing certain roles that didn't fit being a slave, or being somebody's nanny, or being somebody's hood rat, or being a drug addict, or being a prostitute or some shit like that. Like, there were no spaces for darker skinned women outside of that. So that's why people like Viola Davis is such a big thing. Women like Lupita winning is such a big thing. I don't know, that just really pissed me off, because first of all, Charlamagne, we're not gonna act like you didn't go from ebony, mahogany to tan sand to medium beige. Like, we're not gonna act like, Charlamagne, like your skin color switched up on us, did a fucking 180 on us. So that's, yeah. Y'all sit here invalidating this black woman, this Afro-Latina woman, which is what a lot of people do. They invalidate black women when they are speaking their truth, because they don't understand. They don't want to fucking understand, because to understand our experiences, it takes a lot. So you think understanding experiences is hard? Try living the experiences. And then when she said something about Cardi B, then Cardi B's sister goes, Lord Jesus. I try not to invalidate other women or women of color, because, you know, I guess Hennessy, that's Cardi B's sister. I guess she felt passionately to defend her sister when there was nothing to defend. When Amara didn't say anything about Cardi B, all that she said was Cardi B benefits from colorism, which she does, sis. Like, what? Bitches be so pressed and be ready to like fight for their family. They don't even know what the fuck they fighting for. You don't even understand the concept of conversation. You just ready to throw hands. Get some cool, sis. Get some cool. Like, it's not even that deep. Like, she said nothing about your sister. She said that she benefits from colorism, which she does. Period. So, like, I just don't, like, and I just hate, and nothing like when darker skinned people point out colorism and tell lighter skinned people that you benefit from colorism, they try to say, oh, so we not black now? Nobody said you weren't black. Nobody said you weren't black, so I understand. So that's not queer narrative, that's not even there. Like, stop. Talking to lighter skinned people about colorism is just like talking to a brick wall. Like, Cardi B wasn't the one who was made into a minstrel show by in the Latin community. Amara was. Cardi B isn't made fun of because of her light skin or because of her hair. She's not. Cardi B fits into what Young Hollywood said is Beyonce, elegant. Even though Cardi B, I love Cardi B, but Cardi B is not always elegant. And that's fine. That's fine, but she's not. But people praise her. So Cardi B can talk how she talks and, you know, not fit into elegance or, you know, what white people would consider, you know, proper etiquette as far as speaking. That's fine because she's light skinned and she looks the part. But Amara could not do that. She just could not. And that's what we're trying to say. We're not trying to invalidate Cardi B as an artist, as a talented artist. We're just saying that the facts are she benefits from colorism, just like white people benefit from racism. And light-skinned people, stop thinking that we're trying to say you're not black because we're pointing out colorism. Stop. That is not the conversation we're having right now. Like, you're trying to be dismissive to switch the conversation around to you. And we're not talking about you. We're talking about what dark-skinned people go through. Like, really. Y'all trying to say we all black. You sound like all lives matter right now, and it's just really pissing me off. I'm trying to show you, like, this is not a new phenomenon. Like, we're just talking about it in the media now, today, thanks to our good sis Amara. But it's not new. Colorism exists because of slavery. Now, there are things that, we know the Willie Lynch letter apparently wasn't, like, real, like, it was made up. But the principles behind it, like, what it was saying in the letter are true. Darker skinned slaves were forced to work in the fields outside, and lighter skinned slaves were forced to work in the house because they represent whiteness more, and so white people didn't want darker skinned slaves in their household. And then moving on, after slavery, in our own community during the Renaissance era, and you had clubs like the Cotton Club that discriminated against skin color. You had the paper bag test, so if you were darker than the paper bag, you could not come into the club. The dancers that worked there, the bartenders, the waitresses who worked there could not be lighter. Could not be darker than the paper bag. The first, black Hollywood stars and musicians, lighter skinned. So this stuff is not new. Nor has it gone away. Like, it's not gone away. Like, people think that post-racism and post-colorism is a thing, and it's fucking not. Like, it's not. It's just not. How's colorism not real? How is that a thing? How are we reaching? Our good sis Little Kim. Little Kim was fucking gorgeous. And I'm not going to comment on her appearance now, because if that's what she wanted to look like, so be it. But we can't, ignore the fact that this woman did all this stuff to her body and then made herself lighter. And that's what she saw as beautiful. I wonder where she got that from. And Lil' Kim was popping, bruh. She was so gorgeous, like, with her natural skin and her natural body. And unfortunately, she didn't see that, and she felt like being lighter was a better option for her. And it's sad how colorism don't exist, but colorism don't exist, but Tinashe get hella radio play over 7th Streeter. Y'all know Tinashe is not that good of a fucking singer. Come on, let's stop with the games. The jig is up. We know. How is it that Tinashe gets more radio play than 7th Streeter? Bruh, Jermaine Dupri just said, a black producer just told y'all it is hard to be a dark-skinned black woman and get deals in the music industry, and to get attention, and to get, connections, and to get the same resources as lighter-skinned black woman. He just told y'all. He told y'all, niggas. He told y'all. But y'all, listen. The issue at hand is that colorism exists, and dark-skinned people are marginalized or are discriminated against because of colorism, and lighter-skinned people benefit from colorism. Just like we give the example, white people benefit from racism, and people of color are marginalized by racism. And it's simple. So relax. Relax. Don't get your panties in a bunch. Just relax. I'm going to link some resources in the description box of other videos or just text and stuff like that talk about colorism, because I'm not going to just go on here and go in and rant. I'm going to give y'all some resources to actually read upon this stuff. If you really don't know, don't take my word for it. Read about it. All I would say is, when people are talking about colorism and experiences and how they have been basically silenced by it and have been discriminated against, don't say it's in their head. That's just such an off-putting comment. It's irresponsible, and it's just rude. It's rude. And so listen to what they have to say instead of just saying what your little person, the little ignorant person in your head is saying. Like, actually listen to them, you know. Colorism is real in the Black community, in the Latino community, all over the world, Asian community, African community. Everybody experiences colorism in their community, as far as like it exists in every community. You know, if you want to hear me talk about other things related to colorism, or if you want to hear me talk about more topics that make a fucking difference, that means something, make sure you comment down below. Let me know what you want me to talk about. I'll talk about anything. Like, I always got some shit to say anyway. So but yeah, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, turn on those post notifications so you know when I will be posting another video. And yeah, y'all be blessed and have a great day. Catch y'all next video. You should see